will start recording now, so that there
Yeah.
you are, Francesco. Yes. So yeah, you can continue.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. I start sharing directly the desktop. Moment, please. Okay, this one. Good. Okay, the topic is about a tool I wrote several time ago in order to convert a GIF to some code that you can compile to have a working PRG for Commodore 64. Just to show some examples I did starting from that auto-generated code. These are some of the demos I made. Okay, this is I don't know if you can hear the sound. Okay, this is for Star Wars Day, and it was done with a multicolor version of the code. Yes, because this tool started in a monochromatic fashion 1 year ago, and after some time I developed the color version. Okay, so there are two kinds of way to use the tool. Okay, let's stop this. This is, as I said, the multicolor version. This demo was made in the monochromatic. That is not so awful. I think that the monochromatic version has some special atmosphere, very retro, more retro than the color version. Okay. Okay. So this is only to show something you can do with the tool. So I move to show where you can get it. You can get the tool on GitHub. This is a working beta version, but it works. You can get it from direct link, or simply you can go to GitHub and search for giftopetscii. In a Git, you have to choose the experimental colors branch, and you can find the application into the target folder, from where you have to load the jar file. Okay. So let's do things like people should do. Sorry, I downloaded the jar, and I can put it on a folder. Let's make a demo folder. Okay. Once you have the jar file ready, you can use it with some GIF you have to find that you like. There's something wrong in this these windows. Okay, so we have the jar. We have now to find a GIF we like. As you can see behind me, there is a Windows 98 piece of the screen, or one of the screensavers that I got from the web. So I can show the simple process to transform this GIF to a working PRG. So I save the image in the demo folder. I give it a simple name, just to be short. It's okay. Now I add the two files I need. I can open a command line there. And I can now start the tool. Of course, you need Java installed on your system. And this particular kind of conversion requires Windows, because I use a tool in an exe tool, an executable tool that is embedded inside the jar, taken from GitHub, from Antonio Savona page. So this is a first credit that I have to give. Sorry, Savona. Yes, Crunch. Yes, Crunch. Okay, that is in GitHub. I can't find it. Strange. Very, very strange. So here you are. So this is a tool that Antonio Savona wrote in Python. Having no time to translate it from Python to Java, I simply took the executable and in the bin folder. This is just Crunch, and I put it into the jar file. So when you launch the tool, this executable is unpacked into your hard disk. Okay, so for now we can use it only on Windows because it's an exe. Okay, so I can now use the tool and specify which is the file to the source file to convert, and it is the demo GIF. And I will specify the format that is color. Now the GIF is unpacked into PNGs that will be erased after this phase. And instead of the GIFs, you have a bunch of bin files that are the zipped version of the code of the image of the frames for the ASM program, for the assembly program. Let's wait a moment. Okay. So we have all the bin that have to be imported into the source code that is also generated. So all the process gave us this source code where that is for Kick Assembler. And we have a lot of import of bin files. Okay, so this is a boiler code that we don't have to do. And there is a lot of calls to the how do you say, macros of the crunching. Okay, so we can now compile this code with TickAssembler. Okay, and we can see that it's quite big, the executable, because we reached the 80 page, but no, there should be no problem. Okay, so we can start it. TickAssembler has created a C64 files folder, and inside there is the PRG. So let's start it. I use C64 because it's faster to run from Dream Master. Yeah, you have no code. You didn't write code. This is the final PRG where all the frames of the GIF were extracted from the GIF and crunched into bin files. Each frame has a bin file for the charts, the cars, and a bin file for the colors. So you can see you have 17 charts crunch.bin and 17 colors crunch.bin, and so on for all the files. This is first simple way to use the tool. Also, not a person that is not skilled in programming can use it, because it's straight. How do you say? It goes on in a simple way. But in order to have some more stunning demo, you have to write your own code, of course. So it's not intended as a plug and play tool, but you can extend your code. I wrote the slides in PowerPoint, and just to show what that you can use the PowerPoint and convert it to GIF. You can make your PowerPoint presentation in Commodore 64 if you want. So let's work again with the tasks you have to do in order to have your video. You have to choose the GIF. It's what we did here. Then when we made this search and find the GIF, you have to optimize the GIF if it's needed. And to do this, I use easygif.com. That is a very, very good online tool where you can upload a GIF, and you have several instruments to watch, to cut the frames, watch the frames, work with colors, etc., etc., etc. So if the GIF was too big and we went out of memory, that is not the case, but if just in case, we should add uploaded it here, and we could have use the tools that this site gives us. For example, you can remove every second frame, so you have half the frames, because every frame is 2 beam files. So when you have, for example, 80 frames, typically it's quite near the maximum of the top of the memory of available for the demo. So with optimized GIF, you have of course a faster animation, but you can slow down in assembly if you want. And with 23 frames, you can put a lot of other stuff. There is another switch that you can use with the tool. That is a switch that tells the tool to start from a specific number for the first frame. Why did I put this this switch? I put this because if you want to make a demo made of, for example, 3 GIFs, you don't want to overwrite the bin files of the previous GIF. So if, for example, the first GIF ended with the number 25.bin, you can start the next GIF from 26. So I'm going to show this particular usage. So let's go. How did I call it? GitOpetscii live demo. Okay. Okay. As you can see, we have 3 GIFs that I already downloaded from the web. Now I will start to generate the code for the first GIF. So which source is M1. Oh, sorry. M1. I tell that is color. Okay, it's okay. Oh, sorry. There is some error. Ah, it's my mistake. I can't understand what did happen. A permission issue. Oh, it's weird because I did these passages in the Mega Man folder. Okay, I see that is we are near the end. So just to explain what I wanted to do, these huge amount of bin files are generated using the switch that I was talking about. So you have when you start the coding of the second GIF, you can specify that it has to start from a certain number. Okay, so -C number of the starting frame. Okay. I have also put in this demo some sound just to show how it works. This is one, okay. So you have to put yourself some code for IRQ. Okay, and I packed animations into some labels just to call them several times. Okay, and this time I started from a strange number. Why? Because I loaded a seed, megaman.seed, that is from Nordish Sound, that ended at 1881. So starting from 1000. So the byte after the music is 1882. And from that byte, I started the demo program, okay? This is the auto-generated file with some customization, okay? So just to show the final result, is this one. And I had to seize 6, 7, 8, 6. Okay, as you can see, 24 kilobytes not crunched is quite big, but consider that there is also music inside. So I can tell that the crunching algorithm is a very good one. Too bad it's not mine. You have 66 couples of bin files. So it's not, they are quite a huge amount of imports, and the final result is that you have just seen. I think that there are, I said what I wanted to say. Excuse me for my English. I'm not used to talk, so.
Don't worry, Francesco. It was absolutely perfect. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Let me see if there are any questions. I don't see questions. I like the comment of Mike. You can make a presentation on your Commodore 64. These are not words I would expect to hear today, and indeed, that was really good. So a question from Sven. I did not exactly understood where the compile process happens to the something PRG file. So Sven, maybe you can also unmute.
Where the compile process happens. The compile process is up to you when you have to compile the assembly code with the kick assembler. When I showed the tool, I made 2 steps. One step is the one of using the tool in order to generate all what you see in the screen. So bin files, and finally the assembly file that is in this case mn1.gifgif.asm. Then I went into the kick assembly folder, and I launched the kick. I launched the kickass.jar on the assembly code. I don't do it because it would overwrite my assembly code that I have personalized. So I don't want it to be overwritten. But this is the moment you have the assembly changed into PRG when you launch the KickAss on your AS file. The AS file is generated from the tool. I hope to have clarified the question.
Okay, I understood. Thanks, Francesco.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe then I had a question. I understood. Okay, the process. So you take like each frame, and then you at some point you just then convert or extract on one hand the characters files, on the other the hand you have these colors, and then you generate this PLG. But if I want, for example, to use the output as a kind of introduction for a game, like that would be nice. But at the moment, the tool only generates that PLG ready to use, and it's not like I can.
No. The tool generates the assembly code.
Yeah.
The tool generates the assembly code that you have inside the folder. Then you can customize it as I did in Mega Man.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's why you had to compile. Okay.
Yes.
Then I get it.
Then you can compile it. Yes.
Mm.
If you don't compile, if you don't customize, you have a loop of animation, a never-ending loop. Okay. So without customization, you have a working demo of a single GIF. Okay, but you can do what you want. I tried also a video game where there is Kenshiro, do you know, Okuto no Ken running, and you can change the GIF with a joystick. So you change the animation. When you want to kick, you press the fire, and the GIF, the animation of the fire is shown, and so on. Okay.
Okay, that's nice. Good.
Okay, I don't find the commands to take off the share. I don't know why. Why? Okay.
What do you mean to stop sharing?
Oh yes, no. The presentation is ended. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want have some questions, other questions.
I don't know if there are other questions. I had maybe one the link that you provided, is that that's the link to your website. I guess there is a link to the tool there as well. Is that then also open source or?
Yes, it's on GitHub. It's open source. You have all the code inside the source. It's I wrote it on NetBeans. So you have all the code inside. It's not a very good code, I have to admit, but I did it in a hurry, and there are some boiler codes, some choices that I would not do in a working in a job. So don't judge it.
That you should never mention, everybody does that, but nobody mentions it. Good.
Okay.
No, but many thanks, Francesco. I will stop the sharing now. The recording.
Thank you so much.